I wonder why pretty much everyone who made a suggestion for the survivor that I cover next was screaming loader. I mean, seriously, I never would have gotten that many comments to put at the start of the video if it wasn't this unbelievably one-sided. Maybe I just have a lot of speedrunners that watch my videos who pray to their holy shrine of the cargo loading goddess to grant them a new PB every time they load up Live Split. Or some OG Risk of Rain 1 players sitting in their rocking chairs knitting quilts with arthritis in both hands, remembering the good old days of when infusion was a usable item. Maybe I just have some honest, hardworking middle-class workers loading metal crates with forklifts from 9 to 5 who feel solidarity when they see Loader pulling up her bootstraps to do the job that her corporate overlords controlling her paycheck can't. Somehow I doubt that. Before the DLC tomfuckery added American Sniper and Xenomorph over there, Loader was widely considered to be the best character in the game. And with tanky stats, mobility out the gate, a passive that outright negates fall damage, and another passive that gives you a protective shield on top of your health bar just whenever you just hit anything, that notion was pretty stupid to argue with. And so look, I don't want to attack anyone, but maybe if you're one of those acceptance preachers that try to diffuse Reddit arguments with, there are no bad characters, just try to have fun, or the best character is whoever you like playing the most, then maybe Loader might not be for you. I don't know about you, but when I play the game, I play to win. I'm not going into Eclipse 14 Omega Inferno Armageddon Kill Yourself mode where every time I open a chest, there's a 75% chance Mithrix is going to stop by my house to Mortal Kombat Fatality my ass with Mjolnir for a more sentimental bond with Engineer. If you want to beat this game right, then there's only one way to do it, with your own 2 fucking hands bashing into the skull of a beetle queen, watching her brass knuckles get coated in more blood and gup juice than Commando's fucking search history, because there is no kink shaming in Risk of Rain 2! But the gimmick of ripping and tearing to gain barrier wasn't enough for Loader apparently, as she also needed to be Spider-Man. I understand I'm not nearly the first person to make that comparison, but to be fair, it's not like a genius allegory. The line of consciousness from Loader to Tom Holland is like max 1 or 2 thoughts. While Loader's primary may be humanity's earliest known weapon, her secondary grants her the ability to shoot her gauntlets out of her arms along with beams of metal like those fuckers from Korra to latch onto structures, landmasses. Christ, enemies aren't safe from being used as objects to further propel this grapple-hooking fiend. And yeah, it's the most fun, satisfying thing ever. Obviously. Grab a couple backup mags and save Insomniac like $300 million.
$300 million?
Okay, save Insomniac from spending the GDP of a Pacific Island nation on the next Spider-Man game. Jesus Christ. While yes, being insanely fun, the web swinging is also just really useful in combat. Take the Wandering Vagrant, for example. While Bandit's down there trying to figure out what the fuck the back of a jellyfish is, Loader has already grappled onto it, swung onto the top of its head to use as a platform as she slams its brain in while gaining barrier too fast to take any damage. Loader actually spends a lot of her time as an aerial fighter, even outside of the grapple gauntlets, thanks to her utility options. You have 2 choices here that can wildly vary your playstyle while ultimately accomplishing the same thing, being her big boy punch! Sorry, if I could try that one again. Big Boy Punch! Your first Big Boy Punch, Charged Gauntlet, really lets you feel your muscles and the spring mechanisms for your titanium exoskeleton wind up for a solid second before releasing a piercing fist that launches you in whatever direction you so please. Perfect for just brutally decimating a horde of enemies surrounding you in one fell swoop. Thunder Gauntlet, on the other hand, is the more flashy of the two. It doesn't take its time to wind up and makes you ricochet off enemies in a thundering splash instead of piercing right through them. It's really hard to find an ability in this game that does 2,000% damage, and none of them have a cooldown of less than 10 seconds. Loader has 2. 3. See, Loader has all these tools to get her in the air, grapples, and launches, but Thunder Slam is what you do when you find yourself 3,000 feet above ground and have no idea what to do now that you're actually up there. All you gotta do is slam back down, and chances are anything unlucky enough to come in between you and Mother Petrichor V are gonna suffer a fate worse than Mario's 50,000th Goomba. Right, okay, so not much, just incredible damage output and resistance that allows you to get closer to enemies than any other character in the game. A mobility tool so versatile that it makes Loader the obvious choice for a literal subset of playing games devoted to going as fast as possible that allows you to grab onto enemies and bring the fight to them, utilities that allow you to launch yourself in the air, and an immunity to fall damage that means you can do whatever stupid momentum bullshit you want with said abilities. A funny ground pound with what must be a typographical error added to the end of its damage percentage, biceps the size of a small child, probably the ability to put the USB in the right way every time, a PhD in business management, a winning personality, a good rapport with the boss, a down payment on a condo in Portland, a few more good years with the kids, and a date with a buff Pikachu scheduled for this Friday. Wait, no, that's my self-insert suburban fanfiction. One sec. Thighs, okay.